Yo, what's the vibe? Raslunacy is a YouTube channel documenting Aaron Belinfante's Rastafarian journey. That being said, I do not support the illegal consumption of drugs in any way, shape, or form. Persons under 18 should not consume cannabis under any circumstance, and if you're under 18, you should not be watching this video. Thank you. With all that being said, let's get on to smokers etiquette, shall we? Yo, what's the vibe, guys? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about smokers etiquette, and essentially, we're gonna start off by defining what etiquette is, or etiquette, or whatever you want to call it. And essentially, you type this into Google, and the first thing it says is that it's a customary code of polite behavior in a society or among members of a particular profession or group. So obviously, our group is stoners. This video is aimed mostly at people who smoke often, maybe not daily, but daily, weekly, or even if you just like meet up with friends on a monthly basis to smoke. These are just some things to go by that I've realized are really annoying what smokers who smoke often and you link up to smoke often do. So this is just like a guide for maybe beginner smokers and a guide for even people who've been smoking years, because people who've been smoking much longer than me make these mistakes all the fucking time. So I'ma start. Alright, so number one is always give back to the smoke sesh. So what do I mean by always give back to the smoke sesh? Well, you know, you always have that guy who comes into the smoke sesh, never has his own weed, he's always getting weed from everyone, never has his own lighter, always getting lighters from people, never has his own papers, never has anything really. He just comes to smoke and he just stays around you and he just smokes and just takes. He never gives back, never a day in his life. It wouldn't even kill him to make an effort. It's like they almost just want you to give them every time. Where do these people, when they come around, you literally just sit down and watch and just smoke and just watch them be sober and get high as balls and just watch them be sober. Legit. 2, don't sleep at another ends. This one obviously it comes down to the ends. Like, you can't honestly expect to go to like some dispensary and be smoking at the dispensary and fall asleep at the dispensary, unless obviously the dispensary is something you know that people do, like people fall asleep there often. And it doesn't make sense to be linking up with like a group of your friends like every Friday to smoke, and then essentially comes to a point where you're always falling asleep and not even getting to like socialize with anyone. You just smoke and sleep. That's kind of ridiculous. If that's the case, you smoke and then go home. It's really that simple. Don't blow smoke in other people's face unless like they ask you to do that, because a lot of the time the smoke comes with your breath, and sometimes y'all got some shit breath because I don't know what y'all be eating or doing with your spare time. Don't be disrespecting the ends unless you plan to provide your own shit. So let's say I invite you over to smoke and then you come over and you're like, yo, this ends is such shit, or you're saying, yo, this weed is such shit, or you're saying, yo, you can get better weed, or you're saying, yo, you can do better this, you can get better food. All of that's just disrespectful to the ends, and if you're not providing your own shit, then don't bother to disrespect the ends. Next time, just come with your own shit, and everyone can decide for themselves. You get me? Next thing is do not be a lighter thief. Now, when it comes to do not be a lighter thief, grinder thieves are unacceptable. Weed thieves is punishable by death. But the lighter is something that people often just don't really care about. You buy another lighter, it doesn't matter. But differently still, don't fucking be a lighter thief. It's the most annoying shit when you can't find your own lighter and you just know already who took it. That shit kills me. If you don't have a lighter, buy your own lighter. I mean, it all come back to just being like responsible with your own stoner shit. Just make sure you have your own shit, you get me? Like, if you're going to your friend ends and you know him have like a 3-part grinder and shit, and you have your basic ass grinder, then it makes sense to just come with your weed and your papers. You don't need to come with grinder. So them kind of something they're acceptable, but don't don't be ridiculous about it. You get me? Cig smokers. Alright, when you invited to a weed smoke sesh, I would prefer you ask before you smoke a cigarette because legit not everybody like the smell of cigarettes. If you're at a weed smoke sesh, you're at a weed smoke sesh. You see me? 7 on my list is don't play hero and turn code 0, which literally means don't overstep your boundaries. Don't get too high to the point where you have to fall asleep, or you get so high to the point where you can't control yourself. You have to know your limit. You have to don't get invited to an ends and you get some weed at the ends and you're just like, yo bro, I smoke way higher shit than this, and you just burn it off completely and you did it, and then suddenly you're violently high and you have no idea what to do, and because you know you're violently high and you just literally try to play hero, you end up looking more high trying to play hero and you turn code 0, which is literally what that's trying to say. Next one, crossfades are nice but don't OD. So drinking and smoking, that's fun and all, but you might be a veteran smoker, but that don't necessarily mean you're a veteran drinker. So you have to know what you're good at, what you can manage and what you can't manage. It's also nice to be a veteran drinker and you're drinking up a storm and then you decide, say, yo, you go take a hit off of the bong and then suddenly you're violently high. You need to know what the fuck you're doing, you see me? This one comes more down to a spiritual thing, or this is good if you're like also the selector or the DJ of the smoke sesh, is feeling the energy of the room. So if like everyone's sitting down and just on their phones and smoking and no one's really socializing, feel the energy. Feel it. Does everyone, is the place quiet? Is music what's necessary? Just feel the vibe and kind of help the smoke sesh. Try to socialize with your friends and don't link up to be on the phones. You get me? And link up to know more about each other's life. Ask questions. Think about something y'all talked about the week before that. Something what happened the last smoke sesh. Just bring something up. You get me? Feel the vibe of the smoke sesh. And basically the last thing for the video, because I'm trying to make shorter videos because y'all don't really watch past 3 minutes anyways. The final one is share. And I left this for last because I think it's one of the most important. You come to a smoke sesh zine and you realize everyone's violently high, everyone like providing you did 1 to 9, everyone provided what they could provide. This is not the time to buy a large pizza and eat it alone and watch the 3 other people in the room starve and look at you and drink water and just look at you eating. Bro, at least give them a slice each and then eat the rest of your pizza. Well, understand munchies are still everybody, but as a youth differently, I would have split it where everybody gets 1 slice less than me, but everybody gets the same amount of slices except me, where I get 1 more. You see me? I would have tried to set it up in such a way. So when I think about it, it's 4 people in the room, 12 slices in a pizza. Divide that by 4, you would get 3, so therefore I would have did everyone 2, leaving me like what, 5 or 6? Yeah, something like that. So I would have get like 5 or some, like I would have get like 6 slices for myself. But that's just me. So I would have give away like literally half of my pizza for the rest of the room, essentially. And honestly, that's just something I think everyone should get accustomed to doing. So learn etiquette in your smoke sesh. Don't be that one guy in smoke sesh being an asshole. This is raslunacy signing out. You can like, you can subscribe. Everything will come up as soon as I'm done what I'm saying anyway, so it doesn't even make sense for me to say it, and most of the time y'all don't watch to the end, so carrying on.